Hello and welcome to another series that I'm willing to start. It's basically six-handed tournament, Sit&Go basically, where we play for 1.50. I did a few previous trial runs where I basically got out drawn twice while being three-handed, but I usually make it to being three-handed sometimes. Never as a big stack though. I'm in position here on the two blinds, but I had a really strong hand. Ace queen six-handed is obviously a monster. Ace 7 maybe, depends on what's gonna happen. I might defend. Probably won't defend to an under the gun 60 though. Especially not if he's gonna get a call. Then I'll fold with 100% certainty and a 3-bet this early to 210. Wow. So he goes 3x and he goes 3.5 on his. It seems to be a bit too high. I mean, bet of 180 would have gotten the same result. There's no point to go into 210. Guys from Belgium. Let's hide the images. Just fold. There's no point with this ship stack to be stealing, or with this blind level to be stealing and so on. No, I don't like giving people free flops. At least want them to pay. Plus I have position. I mean, it's a fine hand to see a flop with, but I don't want to give this guy free flop, and he doesn't even call, so always raise if you want in the pot. Almost never call. You always have the added value that they can fold. It obviously depends on what happened before you, but the guy just limped. I could have limped with a hand like that, with the jack 8. Oh, wow, 120 on a blind of 20. Yeah, what are you gonna do now? Wow, he calls with ace 7. And it was almost a split pot, like it was possible. But one guy already out with an idiotic play with ace 7. Goes to 120. Obviously, it's small blind against big blind, and you think your ace is good, but as soon as he shoves, you should fold there. I mean, you should never go to 120. 60 has the same result again. No clue why he goes to 60 on 40. 60 gets you nowhere. I mean, it's only 20 for him to pay after he already went to 40. You saw that he shoved with ace jack before, so C-bet of 80 on a pot of 180 gets there. So that's a decent amount, but I think the re-raise pre-flop was a bit too low. King 7 suited, decent hand to defend if they go to 40 or 60. If they go anything higher, I'll fold. We flop flush draw, so we'll check call. Guy gives me a free card. I'll just bet here a deuce comes, so we'll give it up. I don't even want to bet here. No, we'll fold. I think that was a pretty standard play. Check out a position. He checks behind, which was bizarre, seeing that he should see bet it. I didn't lead out on the turn because he checks, he calls and bets on the river after I check to him again. Yeah, probably a float, but that's fine. It's my own mistake there then, I guess. 20 to call on a pot of 110 is fine with most hands, unless you have a terrible hand. But with anything connected, high card with suit, you usually call there. Like, what do you do here if you have a king? You call, right? Like 60 on a pot of 190 dunk betting 3 times. Is he really gonna dunk 3? Yeah, he is. And small. And he had the ace. So yeah. He gets called off though, so nice for him. A6, a hand, decent 5-handed, but I mean the guy limps already. I just don't want to get into a messy pot here. Maybe I should play more hands because, you know, it's only 5-handed. But the fact that he limps makes me a bit annoyed. I hate limping. I'm just not that good at playing limp pots because it's actually pretty hard to put your opponent on a hand, so I definitely want to raise usually, and then raising there with a6 seems pretty weak. Would have gotten 2-pair with an ace, but would still have no clue if it was good or not. And it would have been, no, it wouldn't have been because he rivered at the queen. But if you saw what hand he won with, come on, seriously. 4 queen, might defend, probably won't. Yeah, check, sure, I'll get a free flop. I don't even want to do anything here, dude. Yeah, check it around, I mean. Wow, we had the same hand. He limps with queen 4. Pretty bizarre. There was no point taking a stab at the pot. I would only get called by a bare hand. And my hand was really, really weak. Like, obviously his was as well. Wouldn't even have limped. Would have given him a walk or re-raise pre-flop. Again, a dunk bet. Guy dunks every single time. But he did have the hand every single time as well, so maybe he only dunks when he has the hands. I'll go to 45, not 40, with queen 10 suited. I think it's good enough to go a bit higher. Guy raises me, so I need to call 75 for a pot of 185. In position, sure. Flop absolute garbage. He's gonna dunk, basically c-bet, and I'll fold. I mean, it's a hand you want to see a flop with. I assume he had a king there, or at least, you know, had me beat on the flop still. And the guy goes 140 again on 80, basically valuing the other guy in the pot. So he has to have a decent hand. There's no other reason to do that there. Ace-8, definitely on a raise. He has been playing pretty tight. I mean, he has gotten this guy's stack and he's just sitting there now. Just calls in position this time. He's gonna call. Yeah. I flopped up pair, top kicker, so I'm definitely gonna continue here. Wow, what does it do this with? He called, so he either has an open-ender, which just isn't possible, like ace-5, call, yeah, bye. I mean, sure, yeah, top pair, but weak kicker, top pair, top kicker. Pretty hard for me to fold there. I could, of course, but I mean, the guy has been playing pretty loose. I think the best hand I could put him on was lucky 2-pair or set, but even then. We do have an ace here, small blind against big blind, which usually is good enough. If he 3-bets me, I'm definitely folding, but he just calls, we flop a pair, so we're gonna continue. Getting a pair is pretty hard, we also have runner flush. And he folds. So I'm second in stack, because I got double top to idiot man. I think the only other hand I could have put him on was ace-5. He did call out of the big blind, so he could have had any two. Ace-9. Totally miss. He's gonna dunk because that's what he always does. This time it's 40, but I can't continue with a hand of ace-9. But this guy dunks 100%. Which is basically true, this guy actually dunks 100%. I'm gonna fold ace-6 to a 3x raise. As I said before, the guy actually is playing a bit tight with his stack. We're gonna fold king 3. Like, he has shown that he's willing to play and he has position, so there's no point in me to do anything there. I mean, an ace is probably outside of his range, but playing out of position post flop is pretty annoying. So I had to go to 60, and if he then re-raises me, I have to fold anyway, so... Queen 6 suited, I'll fold. Blinds go up within minutes, so we're 10 minutes in now. At 3-7, I'll fold this. I mean, it's just a trash hand, unless he of course gives me a walk or a call. Sure. We have a gut shot with a 6. Are you gonna dunk? This basically just gives me information about this guy. It's basically saying, hey, I'm an idiot. God damn it. Just had something open. Pretty annoying. That give me that message from Pokerstars. No clue why he goes to 60. Again, dunk by the way. Dunk bet. This time it's a min raise on the button. He's crawling up. 10-3 on the button though, so let's make the raise. Of course we get played back at, we don't get a walk. Well, it's not a walk if you make the raise, but I mean, they're gonna call. I mean, you do it once every 3 orbits now, and you still get called, which is pretty annoying. So they either consider me to be a bad player, which is possible, or they actually have a decent hand. Queen deuce deuce is pretty hard for him to continue on, unless he has an ace, and he doesn't continue. That's the power of position, people. King 3 normally should raise, but don't want to. 9-7 suited, I'll defend with it, depending on the bet size. 60, sure, I'll call. We flop a gut shot, runner flush. We still flop a gut. We actually have a double belly buster. We get a pair on the river, and he has to fold. So he's gonna be surprised I called with that, but okay. It's your turn, bro. He folds, and actually it doesn't seem to be here. Well, he's back now, which is pretty odd, seeing that he is on a mobile phone. I mean, what can you do when you're on a mobile phone? We flop a set. I mean, I hope one of these has an ace. Let's go to 95. It's pretty hard flop for them to continue, but I don't want a jack a 10 or a diamond to come. So we have one caller. There is a diamond, which is a bit annoying. And an ace, so we actually have a full. Bye. Yeah, I mean, ace queen had me beat, but that's about it. Yeah, definitely call. I mean, I flopped upset again. Dunk into me, please. Yeah, let's make it 270. I mean, maybe he shoves. I'll insta call. Only 7-8 has me beat. And he folds. So this is why I don't dunk. It just costs you money. Maybe I should have slow played it, but probably should have. But I'm not a fan of slow playing, especially not sets, because you can get out on. I mean, quads I'll slow play, like the absolute nuts. Like the kings there, I slowed down because the diamond came, and then when the ace came, yeah, there's a hand that beats me, but can't put him on that hand when it just limped pre-flop. No, right? I think with ace queen he would re-raise me on the flop as well. So there's that. So we have 2 short stacks, 1 decent stack. Just like me. So normally you don't want to clash with this guy, but the fact that we're at opposite tables, dealer button versus big blind every single time, probably means we'll be playing a lot of hands against each other. which is a bit annoying in the dynamic in the game. He has no connection anymore. He's like in a tunnel in a car or something. That's always possible. Well, at least if it doesn't connect within 25 seconds, I'll have 3 blinds, but ace 10, I definitely want to see a flop. I play post flop. It's a strong hand, four-handed. The fact that he's a big stack as well, actually don't want to see him not connect, because he can definitely bust one of these two guys. Obviously, I want to be the guy that busts him, but if he's the guy, it's still fine. Like, this guy will be shoving pretty loosely in the near future. Fold, he'll auto fold, so he should do something. Yeah. Basically, there's no button now, and I get a walk. Nice. It's pretty sad for this guy to have this happen to him, but okay. A7. I'll fold once. I mean, this is the first time this guy does this. If he does it in the near future again, I'll definitely call, but I'll fold. I mean, he went tricks. This guy returned though, so maybe he didn't notice. I want to steal the blind, but he's back, which I'm actually satisfied with. Even though, you know, he can now start stealing my blinds, but okay. Definite fold here. Now just, you know, jockeying for position, playing a bunch of hands. He only has a stack of 1000, but it's still at his blind level 33.333 times blinds. Even with the next blind level, he'll have 20 big blinds, which is still good enough. Like 1000 isn't short stack. So no need to be hyper aggressive against these guys just because you consider them to be short stacked or not. They have plenty of wiggle room and chips to play with. This is the second time he does that. This time he's out of position though, and he just gets a call. This means he has a strong ace, so if he just shoves here, he should fold. Yeah, I think he has to call here. There's no way they can get out of this, right? Queens versus ace-8. Oh, wow, what a weak one. So yeah, dynamic changed. I now have position on the short stack. Which makes my play a bit easier, but I think you're happy if you have queens and you can have that happen to you. But I mean, I was right. I considered him to have a strong hand and him to have a weak ace, or a strong ace maybe even, but totally missed the flop. He actually had a pair on the flop, which crushed him. I think it was pretty easy to put him on a stronger ace or an over. Well, a stronger ace would be fine because you outflopped him then, but or an overpair, at least a 10. Maybe even Jack 10 or something. Nah, he wouldn't have 3-betted with Jack 10 pre-flop. Again, he does this out of position, so that's fine. He's basically looking to get it all in against this guy, so he has to have a decent hand, and he recognizes it this time and folds. Ace on the button. Unless he does something, I'm gonna raise. I'm gonna fold this one. Like, I don't get why I do that. I mean, you still have an insane amount of big blinds. He calls. That means he can shove now. Well, he shouldn't shove, but okay. There's an ace with a queen. So let's make it 105. I mean, we do have an ace here. Let's check. The 5 doesn't actually scare us, but okay. The question is, how strong is this ace? Let's see one more. He outturned us again. Stronger ace and get outturned. Pretty annoying. No clue why he doesn't bet on a river. He's so scared of a 3. Like, why would I have ace 3? Are you trying to steal here? Yep. So 1-1 at this point with steals. Definitely want to raise. I mean, I do have king 9, he'll 3-bet, he has done it before, he doesn't. I mean, this is a hard flop for him to continue on. I showed pre-flop aggression, could definitely have an ace, 2, 3 spades. So normal c-bet there, just because it's hard for him to continue. Like look at now he should be shoving more lightly because his blinds, or the amount of blinds he has is lower. He has 850, so that's, well, it's still a decent amount. But it's pretty short. I mean, you can play some post-flop poker with it, but just not a lot. He does get a walk here. But I mean, if these two fold, he's just gonna re-raise and I'm gonna fold. There's no way about it. Yep, nice button steal. 6-7 suited, I probably want to defend, depending on the size. 150. It's 3x. Let's fold it. Normally I want to see a flop with this, but I think 3x is a bit too high for me to pay there. If it wasn't a big blind, I definitely would have. Let's raise it up. We have queen 10 suited on the button as well, so position. Wow, so everyone always gets a walk except me. Like he went 150, he gets a walk. I go 100, I don't get a walk. So let's have another hard come. We totally missed this. I mean, whatever. He probably even has the ace there. No way for me to call. I'm basically waiting for this guy to bust. I mean, I have plenty of time to play a bit here. Maybe I should have continued on that flop, but I mean, the hand I had was more speculative. How the hell do I pronounce that word? It's more speculation, but speculative. Oh wait, did not check fold automatically. 3x, okay. Just want to see what it would do. So that's the second time he steals. As soon as I get an ace, I'll shove him. This time he goes 2x. Last time he went 3x. They go 3-way to the flop and ace jack. So I think this guy should see bet. A bet of 50 is pretty dubious, and he does get a call. So he should bet now 250 or something. He can shove, but that's pretty weak. 100, huh? I mean, that's just valuing your opponent in. Do they both have an ace? Like both a weak ace, like ace 5 or something? Please have a strong ace. Queens versus ace king, huh? Yeah, no clue why you do that with queens. Now this guy is actually in the game again. We have sevens and we flop a set again. That's twice we flop a set, or multiple times we flop a set. I think that's 3 times with pockets to flop a set. Yeah, man, let's make it 600. I mean, I have a set. Call. Buy. I mean, he did have a decent hand, but not decent enough to do that with. Flopping 3 sets, not bad. 3 steals in a row, huh? Gotta keep an eye out for that guy. I'll fold this one for now. I mean, I just want to have a decent hand somewhere. Sure, queen 3. It's a button though, so. The guy raises 50 is definitely call worthy. He's gonna dunk because that's the guy he is. Yep, see? So it's pretty easy to have an idea in your opponent and to know what they do standard. But I mean, he had me totally crushed in that hand. He does give me a walk here, so he didn't steal here or didn't value his hand good enough. Which is interesting. Queen jack suited, really good hand, three-handed, one call, two calls. We're just gonna go three-way to the flop. Yeah man, 100, sure. Totally missed the flop, of course. He's gonna bet. He always does, yeah. He just always does. I hope he has an ace. He doesn't. 4-2 offsuit. Definitely don't want to play this. Oh, thought I would have. Dunk again, huh? Seriously. What's my... yeah. I was like, what's my notation? Dunks 100%. So that's wise, I give him a walk, so he should give me some respect when I try to steal next time. 8-9 on the button, sure. Nope, still no respect. And this guy is hyper aggressive at this point. Aggressive 3 hands. I mean, I would have flopped an open ender. And again, he c-bets half pot size. I mean, at this point they're just stealing each other's chips, so whatever. 10-9, probably want to see a flop with it, depending on the size of the bet. 3x out of position against the dealer button, probably not. I hope he does something. Doesn't. King 3. Pff. Nah, still gonna give him fold, especially if it goes 3.5. King 9, really good hand. I mean, it is three-handed. Dude, seriously, I'm getting annoyed by this. He just calls. We flop bottom pair. Pretty annoying flop. He goes pot size this time. Could he have? Ace jack has an open ender. King doesn't do anything. Yeah, that's fault. I don't think he has a really strong hand there, but I have to fall to his aggression there. I hope the flop would have been a bit better for me. But it wasn't. Oh wait. Yeah, again he re-raises. This guy is definitely stealing. Really want to pick up on my aggression against this guy. Had to have position on him, so 9-3, not a hand to do it with. But King 9, I'm surprised he called there, and then yeah, the flop became pretty annoying. Pocket kings, huh? Do something, bro. So let's go to 425. He just calls, no ace, let's check, hope he c-bets. Yeah, let's shove on his face. Ace jack, so he only has an ace as an out, doesn't get there. And we're two-handed. Let's say good luck, have fun. King queen, out of position, he falls. Queen jack, really good hand, and half position on the guy, so he folds again. Deuce 4, I'll fold if he does something. Nope, he just folds. That's 3 hands in a row he folds, so he's lowering his aggression. I'm gonna lower my aggression then as well. Jack 5, probably don't even want to play this. If he raises, I'll definitely fold. No clue why he goes 3x. Blinds are still low, but they go up next minute. But I mean, we are decently stacked here. 7-3, I'll fold. Yep. Again 3x, that's twice in a row. King queen, decent hand. Yep, fine. Totally miss, he'll dunk, I'll fold. Cause he always dunks, yeah, he always fucking dunks. It's so bizarre, this guy. 4 times. Well, that's 3 times in a row that he goes to 150, so he definitely picked up on aggression there. A7. I want to punish this guy now. Let's make it 450. It's the first time I 3 with him. He has to fold unless he has a decent hand and he folds. And this is the reason why you don't go 150. If I go 100 and I go to 250, you still have the option to fold and you save yourself 50. So blinds went up. Like what if it goes 3x now? Just call. King 9 is a bit trappy. He'll see bet, I guess I'll call. Ace comes, which is a bit of a scare card. I can bet 325. I think he has to fold to the ace here. I'll fold. Yeah. The re-raise there is a bit annoying. So we're even now. Well, ace 9, sure. Definitely want to run with this hand. Yeah, let's just shove in his face. He either calls or he folds. He calls, he has pocket 3, so this is for the tournament. Ace or 9. An ace! I won! So, won the coin flip at the end. Great starting video for the series, and I hope you enjoyed it and that you watch more of it. See ya!